Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jasmine Antoine. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you're not new, welcome back. If you end up enjoying the content here, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you also hit that notification bell as well so that you're notified when new content is available. Okay, y'all, so today's video is going to be about sharing the marriage advice and the marriage tips that I learned from a conference. It was a marriage conference and it was called the XO Marriage Conference. And it was amazing. It was phenomenal. Like, my husband really loved it as well. So even if you are dating, engaged, or maybe you're completely single, or maybe you've been married for 10, 20, 30 years, hey, I still encourage you to watch this video because there are some great things that I heard from this marriage conference and I want to share them with you. They encouraged me so much and I believe they'll encourage you as well. There are 4 valuable things that I found from the conference that I'm going to share with you. Number 1. So this one guy got up and he was explaining some verses from Philippians chapter 3. One of the verses that he focused on came from verse 13, and it says, "Forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead." After reading this scripture, he broke down what forgetting was. He said in the Bible, this forgetting in the Greek was actually something completely different than what we think that forgetting is. He said that there are 2 kinds of forgetting. The forgetting that we're all mostly accustomed to is when we go to the grocery store and, we pick up the eggs, we pick up the yogurt, we pick up the bananas, we grab the honey, and once we get home, we realize, oh shoot, I forgot the mustard. The second type of forgetting is what Paul was saying here in Philippians 3:13. That forgetting is to lay it aside. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm going to leave it over here. So this man, he gave an amazing example, and I'm going to do my best to share it with you. So he was leaving the Holy Land, and while he was in the airport, he seen a lady that was also leaving the Holy Land. This lady had a huge bag, and in her bag she had a lot of rocks, and these rocks were from different places in the Holy Land. Every time she would reach a new level of security or a new gate, they would tell her that she couldn't bring those rocks with her, that she couldn't move forward with those rocks. And she would try to explain to the people, no, you don't understand. Like, this rock is so special. It's so valuable. It's from the Jordan River. It's from this wall. It's from this place. It's from the Holy Land. Like, these rocks are special. I can't leave them behind. But they kept telling her, in order to get to your destination, in order to get to where you want to go, in order to get back home, in order to move forward, you have to leave these rocks behind. And so that man was using that story to help us to understand that we need to lay things aside. We need to forget them. We need to not go back to them. We don't need to pick them up and try to take them with us because we're going to get stuck. We won't be able to move forward. So the things in marriage that we need to forget and lay aside would be the offenses, all the things that have, hurt us, all the things that have frustrated us and embarrassed us, all the things that have happened in the past. We have to forget them and lay them to the side in order to move forward in our marriage. Second thing I want to talk about is what a couple brought up. They defined what romance is and what romance is not. They said that romance is not just love. They use 1 John chapter 3 verse 18 to explain this. It says, "Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." They also said that romance is not sex. This is what romance is. They said that romance is an expression of celebrating your spouse. They said that romance is not taking your spouse for granted. They said that romance says 2 things. You are still important to me and I value you. And the second one is I know you. Lastly, they said that romance depends on his preferences. If you're a guy watching this, then obviously it would depend on your wife's preference. But they were saying that romance is not the same for every couple. It's not. It literally depends on your spouse's preference. I appreciated what they had to say about romance and how they define that because it kind of erased, what we see in movies and what we see on social media and all this other stuff. Romance is literally dying to yourself and serving your spouse. It's basically what the scripture says, what they said in 1 John 3:18. It's not just love. We are to love with actions as well, and that's what romance is. It's saying, I know that you like your eggs a certain way. I'm going to do that, even though this way is going to take a little bit longer out of my day. I'm going to do that for you.